Welcome back to another episode of Turn Back Time, where we delve into the past to uncover the secrets, the glories, and the downfalls of history's greatest empires. Today, we're taking a closer look at the decline of some of the most powerful civilizations the world has ever seen. But this isn't just about history. It's about what we in our modern societies can learn from their mistakes. Let's explore how these mighty empires crumbled and what that means for us today. The Roman Empire, the epitome of ancient power and civilization, spanned continents and lasted for centuries. But how did this mighty empire fall? The answer lies in a combination of overexpansion and internal corruption. But let's dive into some specific reasons. First, let's talk about overexpansion. At its peak, the Roman Empire stretched from the British Isles to the deserts of the Middle East. Managing such a vast territory was nearly impossible with the communication and transportation methods of the time. The empire was divided into the Western and Eastern Roman Empires in 285 AD to make it more manageable. But this division also made the empire weaker. The Western Roman Empire, in particular, was plagued by constant invasions from Germanic tribes like the Visigoths and Vandals. In 410 AD, the Visigoths sacked Rome, dealing a massive blow to the empire's prestige and control. Another critical factor was the debasement of currency. To fund the empire's military campaigns and pay for the luxuries of the elite, Roman emperors began to mint coins with less silver content, leading to rampant inflation. This economic instability weakened the empire's financial foundation and contributed to widespread poverty and dissatisfaction among the Roman populace. These specific issues, military overreach and economic mismanagement, were among the many that led to Rome's decline. The lesson here is even the most powerful empires can crumble when they spread themselves too thin and fail to maintain economic stability. For modern societies, maintaining a balance between growth and sustainability is crucial, as is the importance of a strong and stable economy. The Ottoman Empire was once a force to be reckoned with, controlling vast regions across Europe, Asia, and Africa. However, by the 19th century, the empire was referred to as the sick man of Europe. The primary reason? Resistance to change and modernization. Let's explore two specific events that exemplify this resistance. First, the Battle of Lepanto in 1571 marked a significant turning point. The Ottoman navy was defeated by the combined fleets of the Holy League, a coalition of European powers. This defeat was not just a military loss, but a sign that the Ottoman Empire was falling behind in naval technology and tactics. While European powers were innovating with new ship designs and artillery, the Ottomans failed to keep up, leading to their eventual decline in naval dominance. Another critical moment came in the 19th century with the Tanzimat reforms. These were a series of attempts by the Ottoman government to modernize the empire's administration, military, and economy. However, these reforms were implemented too late and met with significant resistance from conservative factions within the empire. The failure to fully embrace these changes led to continued stagnation and internal strife, further weakening the empire. The lesson here is clear. Adaptability is key to survival. In today's fast-paced world, societies and individuals must be willing to embrace change, learn new skills, and adopt innovative practices. Stagnation is the enemy of progress. The British Empire once boasted that the sun never set on its territory. From North America to India, Africa to Australia, the British had established a global empire. But with great power came great responsibility and significant costs. Let's look at two pivotal events that contributed to the empire's decline. The first is the Indian Rebellion of 1857, also known as the Sepoy Mutiny. This was a massive uprising against British rule in India, triggered by widespread discontent with British policies, economic exploitation, and cultural insensitivity. Although the British eventually suppressed the rebellion, it marked the beginning of the end for British control in India. The rebellion exposed the vulnerabilities of British imperial rule and sparked a growing movement for independence across the empire. The second event was World War II. While Britain emerged victorious, the war had drained the empire's resources and weakened its global standing. The post-war period saw a rapid decline in British influence as independence movements gained momentum. The financial burden of the war, coupled with the rise of the United States and the Soviet Union as superpowers, made it impossible for Britain to maintain its empire. The British Empire's collapse teaches us that exploitation and domination are not sustainable paths to success. Modern societies must focus on cooperation and mutual respect rather than dominance. Ethical practices and fairness are vital for long-term stability and prosperity. The Soviet Union was a superpower that rivaled the United States for much of the 20th century. However, its rigid adherence to communist ideology, combined with economic inefficiency, led to its downfall. Let's examine two specific factors that played a significant role in this collapse. First, the Soviet-Afghan War. During 1979 to 1989 was a major turning point. The Soviet Union intervened in Afghanistan to support a communist government, but they soon found themselves in a quagmire. The war drained the Soviet economy and military, leading to widespread disillusionment at home. The conflict is often referred to as the Soviet Union's Vietnam, as it exposed the limitations of Soviet military power and contributed to the erosion of the Soviet system. Second, we have the policy of Perestroika, introduced by Mikhail Gorbachev in the mid-1980s. Perestroika, which means restructuring, was an attempt to reform the Soviet economy by introducing elements of market economics. However, the reforms were too little, too late, and were met with resistance from hardline communists. Instead of revitalizing the economy, Perestroika led to greater economic instability and contributed to the eventual collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991. The Soviet experience teaches us the dangers of ideological rigidity and the importance of economic flexibility. In a world that is constantly changing, societies must be willing to adapt and allow for diverse perspectives. Dogma can lead to stagnation and decline, whereas openness and innovation drive progress. As we've seen, the downfall of these great empires was not due to a single factor, but a combination of overreach, resistance to change, exploitation, and rigidity. The common thread is that all these empires failed to adapt to the challenges they faced. For us in the modern world, these lessons are more relevant than ever. Whether it's in politics, business, or our personal lives, the ability to evolve, to embrace change, and to act with integrity is what will ensure our success and longevity. Thanks for joining us on this journey through time. Remember, history isn't just about the past, it's a guide for the future. What video would you like to see covered next? Comment down below. Until next time, stay curious.